I'm the Beat Street Bully billionaire, baby, and I'm back and ready to break down this week's Sunday slate. Week 6 in the NFL. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. We're taking them to the cleaners every fucking week now without fail, so we're gonna do it again, break it down again, okay? Make you guys billionaires. That's what you're here for, right? You're here to make money, so that's what we're gonna do. Don't worry. Don't even think. Okay, let me do all the thinking, I'll do all the talking, you just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Let's go. Alright. First thing is first, motherfucker. We are going back to London again, 3 weeks in a row. Okay, NFL's money grabbing left and right. Okay, the field feels like concrete. The players hate it. Whatever. Some players hate it. Some players seem to complain about that shit. Other players don't seem to give a fuck, okay? But you got Von Miller saying he's been playing 13 years and he don't like the fucking turf there. So the turf ain't great. Look for some injuries. There's going to be a lot of injuries, okay? Maybe this is the week that Derrick Henry goes down for a fucking season and his season's over, okay? So maybe trade Henry this week. I love Henry, though. But here's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to break down this game. What do we got? We got plus 170 Titans at, well, they're not at home, but they're in London, okay? Baltimore Ravens minus 205, 42 over-under, in a 4-point spread. Now, we got the Tennessee Titans coming off a loss. If you were following us, we actually went Titans last second. Okay, I sat there, I had it all dialed up against them, and we went last second Titans because we said, you know what, they should be able to move the football against the Colts. And guess what they failed to do? Once again, Mike Vrabel, you failed to get Derrick Henry the ball. And what happened? You lost. Guess what? You stink, okay? They're talking about he's a top coach in the league. One of the worst coaches in the league by far. It's not even close. And if you really want to get down with it with me, I would say he's the worst, okay? He stinks. Not going to give Henry the ball. 100 yards and a touchdown for the Tennessee Titans has over a 90% win rate effectiveness, okay, in the NFL. That means that at 9 out of 10 games, and Derrick Henry goes for 100 and a touchdown, they win the game. And they refuse to give him more than 10 to 12 touches. They run him on first down. He gets stuffed up. And guess what? They take him out of the game. Okay, they put in this Tajay Spears, who's good. They finally have a good dude to put in there, but it still doesn't confuse the defense enough. And so what happens? They know Tannehill's going to throw, drop back and pass, do play action, whatever. They got DeAndre Hopkins. He'll get open. He'll move you down the field some games, but like always, you're going to make a mistake. You're going to throw a pick. This is one of those games where Ravens coming off a really bad loss. Lamar has been playing pretty good despite that. Okay, he had some drop balls from his receivers last week. I think things turn around this week. The Titans are a team that there's some history there, some playoff history. Lamar's first playoff victory, I believe, was versus the Titans. They didn't lose to them in an epic overtime battle with Derrick Henry, so we're going to go and check that out a little bit. First thing we're going to look at, though, is the injury report, because that's the most important part of these breakdowns. All right, Odell Beckham Jr., full participant. Jadeveon Clowney, full participant. Marlon Humphreys, full participant. Those are good things to know. Patrick Mercari, full participant. Keaton Mitchell, running back, don't matter. Tackle, Morgan Moses, full participants. We're getting tackles back. Linebacker, Odefi Owe, he's out. Safety, Geno Stone, back. Okay, that's all good. Let's go to the other side. Aziz Al-Shahir, linebacker, limited. Danico Autry, linebacker, limited. Aaron Brewer, center, neck, did not participate. Questionable. Treylon Burks, knee, did not participate. Out. Luke Gifford, linebacker, hamstring, did not participate. Out. Derrick Henry, limited in practice. Amani Hooker, safety, limited. DeAndre Hopkins, limited. Elijah Holden, out. Jeffrey Simmons, defensive tackle, limited, questionable. And Tiari Tart, toe, did not participate, questionable. Interesting. So it's looking like the Titans have more injuries. This side of the game. Let's go to the history. Ravens versus Titans. Okay, here is the game that went to overtime in the regular season. Ryan Tannehill threw for 259 and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, of course. Derrick Henry went off for 28 and 133 and a touchdown, and I believe he had the game winner in overtime. Ryan Tannehill ran for about 40 yards. Corey Davis, 5 for 113. They also had A.J. Brown opening up for 4 for 62 and a touch. Anthony Firkser, 4 for 33, 2 for 20 for Cameron Batson. Jonnu Smith, 4 for 20 and a touch. They moved the ball around here pretty effectively. They got an interception by Amani Hooker from Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson went for 186, a touch and an interception. J.K. Dobbins, 15 for 70 and a touch. Lamar Jackson, 13 for 51. Mark Andrews, 5 for 96 blast and a touch. Dez Bryant? Man, they had Dez Bryant at one point. Now they got OBJ. Hey, let me explain something to you guys over in Ravens territory here, bruh. Lamar needs more help, okay, than just OBJ and fucking, what is it, Dez Bryant? You were giving him Dez Bryant? I mean, are you guys out of your skulls? You got Zay Flowers. I like that. That's good, okay? Keep doing that, okay? But you need to draft somebody else. You need to trade for somebody else. This Bateman, he's cooked. Anybody else you got in the squad other than Zay Flowers? Cooked. You mean? So Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, solid, okay? The rest of the cast sucks. Get a new cast. I mean, what the fuck? It's been enough time, you know what I mean? We're all blaming Lamar now like he sucks. It is the cast, too. You know what I'm saying? The cast is garbage. The coach kind of is garbage. You know what I mean? We like to give all his credit to Harbaugh. What has he done in the last few years? Nothing, okay? Since that Super Bowl with Flacco, nothing, okay? He ain't only won one playoff game. So, Harbaugh, you stink. Ravens, you fucking stink. But I'm with you this time, probably. We're going to go to that playoff game scenario. Let's check it out. We're going to go to the playoff game here. We're going to check that out. This is Lamar Jackson's first playoff win. 20-3 they won. January 2021. Here's what happened. Lamar Jackson, 179, 0 touchdowns, a pick. I mean, he always throws a pick. Dude's always good for a fucking pick. Lamar Jackson ran for 16 attempts, 136 and a touch. So he went off on the ground. That's good. J.K. Dobbins, 9 for 43. They don't have Dobbins, so they don't have a good running back. Now they got Gus Edwards. Marquise Brown, a guy they really shouldn't have gotten rid of, 7 for 109. Mark Andrews, 4 for 41. Okay. And Marcus Peters, interception. So we had a good game here. Defensive battle. Ryan Tannehill, what did he do? 165, touchdown, interception. So, I mean, if you want to pick a fucking prop bet on his game, just take both these quarterbacks to throw a pick. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, that's all they're good for. They ain't good for nothing else. They don't win playoff games. They don't move your fucking team forward. No, they just fucking throw picks, okay? So I would just take both these players to throw picks here, okay? But at the end of the day, this is one of those ones that I think is a get-right spot for the Ravens. They just lost a big divisional matchup to the Steelers. I still think it could go either way, but I just feel like the Titans, once again, and I'll be doing it week to week, will shoot themselves in the foot by not using enough Derrick Henry, and therefore they will not be able to win the game. So I'm going to go with the Ravens outright pick. Of course, this fucking... I'm not going to go on a rant about that right now, but, oh, man. Anybody who uses DraftKings has to know that the fucking layout of this system here is one of the worst they've ever designed for. Is it just purposely just bad to make it so that it's hard for you to put bets in? I don't know. But all I know is that it used to have a good interface, and then they changed it to this slide to the right, and it drops down when you slide left or right interface, which is the most retarded. It's ridiculous. I don't understand who the fuck thought it was a good idea, but you need fired, okay? You need fired from DraftKings, okay? Next game, the first game of the 1 o'clock slates, we got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Washington Commanders. The Falcons lining up as 142 favorites to plus 120, 42 over-under and a 2.5 point spread. This is another one of those tricky games here, okay? We had a lot of people were taking the Falcons. I'm probably going to lean more the other side. We're going to do some research. We're going to check it out first, but I'm just saying a lot of people were taking the Falcons at home. I like the Falcons. I like what they've been doing with Bijan and all that. They finally got the ball moving with the tight ends last week. That's all they had open, though, when you watch the film. It was just tight ends were open all day. So he was able to dump it down to those two and move the ball. Okay, great. They get a last-second field goal, they win. Okay, good. They burn everybody's tickets who had Texans. Cool. I still think this one's another one. Now everyone's going to go back to them. You know what I'm saying? That's how stupid everybody in the NFL is. They're all going to go back to this team after they just almost lost in a squeaker to the Texans at home. They got Desmond Ridder, who's going to throw picks. So this isn't a good situation for the Falcons and the betters of the Falcons, okay? So let's take a look at some research. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's take a look is there weather? Okay, that's another thing too. We're not looking at weather. It was clear in that game, but in this game, 15-mile-an-hour winds. Could be a little windier, but they're in a dome at the Falcons, so we're good. So we don't got to worry about that. So let's look at the injury report. Not as big of an injury report for this game. Curtis Hodges, tight end, full participant for the Commanders, not even using that dude anyway. Christian Holmes, cornerback, hamstring, did not participate, out. Charles Leno Jr., tackle, full participant. Effie Obada, defensive end, knee, full participant, questionable, and Curtis Samuel was a full participant, he will play. Calais Campbell for the Falcons, defensive end, did not participate, game status unknown. Bud Dupree, linebacker, full participant. These guys will most likely play the game status, and we have no game status, which means you're most likely going to play. Caleb McGarry, limited in practice. Jonnu Smith, full participant. So it looks like the Falcons are going to get the full complement of their offense and defense, but pretty much the same goes for the Commanders. Now, let's take a look. We're going to... Hold on. Take a look at the... at this game. Let's see. November 27th, 2022, these teams played. That's last year. Okay? Well, what happened? Okay, the Commanders were at home and they won. Interesting. Marcus Mariota, 174, touchdown interception. Tyler Algier, 11 for 54, and Cordero Patterson, 11 for 52. Marcus Mariota, 6 for 49. So that's about over 150 yards rushing. Then you have Olamide Zaccheaus, 5 for 91. 2 catches for Drake London, garbage. Cordero Patterson catches a couple, and of course, we don't see anything from Kyle Pitts. Why would we? What do we got? Mykal Walker caught an interception off of our boy Taylor Heinicke. So 2 different quarterbacks in this game, but very similar in the nature. Heinicke, 138 and 2 interception. Brian Robinson went for 18 and 105. Wow, on the ground. Big day for B-Rob. Antonio Gibson, 9 for 32. 9 for 30. That's garbage. 4 for 22 for these dudes. So they spread the ball around the ground. They really should just give more to this dude Robinson. Didn't matter. They ended up winning. Terry McLaurin, 4 for 48. 12 yards a catch. John Bates, 3 for 24 and a touchdown. Antonio Gibson, 2 for 21. Brian Robinson, 2 for 20 and a touchdown. De'Ami Brown, 1 for 17, blah, blah, blah. All right, we got a picks coming off the game. Kendall Fuller had the pick. Interesting. So, what do we got here? Okay, we got people leaning Falcons. They don't really got much logic for it. Falcons kind of shitty team. Commanders kind of okay, almost beat the Eagles. Didn't look so good versus the Bears, but they were at home. And there was a lot of, money probably on them, and it's a disappointment game for a team like that, but on the road is where these bum teams shine because there's no pressure. And so going into a team that has a lot of pressure, Desmond Ridder undefeated at home, I'm really doubting that trend continues. So in this game, I'm actually going to take the 2 points from the Commanders. 2.5 points on the Commanders. Moving on. Miami Dolphins versus the Carolina Panthers. Now this one should be pretty obvious. We don't really take anything other than points and money line. As you guys, if any of you guys been following me, should know. If you don't know, here's why, okay? You take the points with this team, 14 is too many points, okay? So you don't do it. If you add these money lines into a lay, all of them, with spreads on the other back ends for the other sides, okay, you'll come up with enough odds to make tons of money off of, okay? So you don't need, if you like a team to win straight up, then pick them to win straight up. Don't take them points and hope that they have to cover now some theoretical point. Forget that, okay? You could do it if you want, but I'm not recommending it, okay? We're not gonna do it here because we're not stupid. Okay, so we got Miami Dolphins versus the Panthers. Now, obviously, the Dolphins are gonna win. It's gonna be pretty tough to really go against it, but we're gonna do our due diligence here, and we're gonna check out the injury report. We're gonna see what's going on, see the weather. Do we got any weather down there? Chance of rain showers. Okay, 12-mile-an-hour winds. Last time there was a chance of rain, didn't rain. Maybe this time it will. Final score 2 years ago, November, 33-10, burial. We had Cam Newton go for 92 and 2, garbage. Phil Walker, 87 and 2 interceptions, garbage. So 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 10 for 35. Jesus Christ, this was an absolute shit game. But DJ Moore, the one bright spot. DJ Moore, 4 for 103. Interesting. Okay. Anybody get a pick on the other side? No. But the Dolphins came up with 3. 230 and 1 touchdown for Tua. Myles Gaskin went for 16, 49 and 2 touchdowns. Philip Lindsay, they were able to service with Lindsay. Jalen Waddle had a massive day, 9 for 137 and a touch. Durham Smythe, 5 for 32. They spread the ball around. Mike Gesicki, there was no Tyreek Hill in this game. Nick Needham, 1 interception. Xavier Howard, interception. And Javon Holland, with the interception. 33-10 burial. Yeah. Now, could this game be closer? Sure. Could they cover the points? Sure. You know, but why do we give a shit? That's the question. Why do we care? It's minus 1,000. It's most likely, it's like 100% a lock. Never say that in the NFL, but we've just seen the last time this team played and they buried them. They're way better now. This Panthers team is way worse. Well, actually, no, I can't say this Panthers team's worse, honestly. This Panthers team's definitely better than that Cam Newton Panthers team. But that team did have Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore. So it is a little bit interesting. Now, obviously, Christian McCaffrey was trying to get the fuck out of there, but still, it's a little bit interesting. So we're going to go with the Dolphins, okay? It's already juicing us up to plus odds here, so it don't really matter that we put that in. Bears, Vikings. At Bears. Bears coming off a win. Big-time win. Justin Fields showing out like a villain, killing, chilling, boom. Plus 130. At home. Dogs. 3-point spread. 43-point over-under. Now, what do we know about this game? Well, we know that Justin Jefferson is not going to play in the game, and that's not good. You have to have Justin Jefferson in the game, okay? So that's not good. Then we got, on the other side of things, you got a Justin Fields who's starting to feel his game, and that is good if you like the Bears, okay? The Bears are really rolling into something. DJ Moore, the connect is there. Cole Kmet, the connect is there. They said booted to Claypool because he didn't want to be there, okay? Really, next up should be this Darnell Mooney because he can't catch nothing, okay? So still, not thrilled with their defense, not entirely thrilled with their offense, but I like what Justin Fields has done. And quite frankly, you know, I think he's that dude. He's that fucking dude. I don't know why you would tank and get this Caleb Williams unless you know he's the next GOAT, which apparently they all say, oh, you gotta tank for him, you gotta tank for him, but I don't they always say tank for this dude or that dude or some dude, and when's it fucking ever pan out? So, in my opinion, you get the first 2 picks, you load up on a defense, you load up on an offensive weapon like this fucking Marvin Harrison Jr., you surround Justin Fields with talent, and he could beat a dude. You could have a really scary team, okay? Or you draft Caleb Williams and you trade Justin Fields for some big draft capital, whatever. You know what I mean? Do something with him. You know what I mean? You gotta get something big piece for him because he's worth a lot. So, what are they gonna do here, though? I mean, they're obviously, I think they're gonna have a better time moving the football versus the Vikings defense. The Vikings have been kind of shit, but this is fucking Bears Vikings. You know what I mean? Vikings usually are able to handle this one, but it has flipped. So let's check out the injury report. We got injuries. That's important. Okay, let's go. Where we at? Where the fuck is it at? Where the fuck are we at? Here we go. Vikings, Bears. Okay. Vikings, Jordan Addison was limited, but he'll play. Lewis Seen, safety, full participant. Marcus Davenport, full participant. Caleb Evans, cornerback, full participant. And Kenny Nguyen, I don't know how to say that, running back, full participant. On the other side, Bears, Kyle Gordon, limited. Khalil Herbert did not participate, probably out. Travis Homer did not participate. Eddie Jackson, safety, limited. Jalen Johnson, quarterback, full participant. Roschon Johnson did not participate. Interesting. That's not good. Cole Kmet, tight end, limited. So they're kind of banged up here. Doug Kramer, full participant. Mercedes Lewis did not participate. Lucas Patrick, cornerback, did not participate. Terrell Smith and Equanimous St. Brown. So they're kind of banged up. They're kind of banged up here, guys. And they are at home, and they are the Bears, and they probably should win games, but they are the Bears. Let's take a look at the last 2 times they played. Okay. Last time they played was in January. It was a burial. Kirk Cousins went for 225 and a touchdown, and they had to put in Nick Mullins into the game because it was such a burial. 116 and interception. Alexander Madison went off for 10 for 54 and 2. He's not really much. Dalvin Cook, 11 for 37. Ty Chandler, 6 for 20. Moving around. KJ Osborne had a big game. 5 catches, 117 yards. No touchdowns. Jalen Naylor, 4 for 62. CJ Ham, 4 for 47. And Justin Jefferson, 4 for 38. We had a pick by Duke Shelley, a pick by Patrick Peterson, who's on the Steelers now, and is a total scrub. Maybe I'm wrong about it, but prove me wrong then. And then we got, let's see, oh shit, sorry. We gotta see how the Bears sucked. How did the Bears stink? Nathan Peterman. Okay, they had Nathan Peterman in there, so that's not great. Tim Boyle, so we're gonna look past this one. Nathan Peterman, that's not enough. We need Justin Fields, okay? Here we go. Justin Fields, 208, touchdown, no interceptions. I like that. 8 for 47, didn't get the touch, but David Montgomery did. 12 for 20 and a touch. Interesting. Montgomery, 4 catches, 62. Darnell Mooney, 2 for 52. Cole Kmet, 4 for 45. Equanimeous Brown, 2 for 24. Okay. You had a pick from Kindle Vildor. Interesting. So this type of game here, what do we have? We had Justin Fields didn't play too bad, but they also had Justin Jefferson in the game, and they win 29-22. So what are we going to say about this one? Okay, probably going to be closer without Justin Jefferson, but I definitely think that their offense with Alexander Mattison, and they got this Cam Akers, and they got KJ Osborne and Addison, should be serviceable with Hawkinson. They got serviceable offense. Now, I have heard talks about Kirk Cousins trade. See, this is one of those games where I'm like, I don't know what's going on in the Vikings organization, whether they're full-on collapse mode, full-on panic sell mode, full-on we're going to get rid of Justin Jefferson too for some draft capital mode. I don't know what they're going to do, okay? We don't know. They're in a cave-in situation. They could get caved in here by the Bears, but this is a tough one, man. I've been going back and forth on this one, and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Why do we do this? Why do we do this? Can we not do this? You gotta click this. Okay. It's fucking asinine, bro. Okay. Vikings, Bears. It's just one of those ones, 3-point spread. I'll probably have to wait, bet it live, see what's happening, but for now, for the purpose of this video, I think the Vikings still got enough to get it done. A lot of things going, but they're on the road, and I just feel like they got to get a win here or else their whole organization's tanked. The Bears could pretty much just lose every game now that they got that one win because they're guaranteed the first 2 picks, so maybe they'll start tanking. I don't know. I'm a little bit afraid of the 3 points. I don't think it's enough. I wish there was a hook there, so I'm going to go with the Vikings money line on this one. All right. Next game on the spread, we're going to go with the Cleveland Browns versus the 49ers. We got Browns at home, plus 390, 10-point spread, 36-point over/under. This is a lot of ones that I've been hearing some bullshit on, okay? One of the things that I've been hearing that's bullshit is that if the 49ers win this game, then they're Super Bowl bound if they can cover this spread. There's no Deshaun Watson. They're playing a backup. It's only like a 5 or 6 point spread. Now, here's what I get. Here's what I do get. Browns, top O-line, top D-line, okay? So they win the battle in the line of scrimmage sometimes, but they're playing a team that has a top O-line, and a top D-line, and a top defense, and a top offense. And, you know what I'm saying? So, while I do think that they're going to have an effective game on the line of scrimmage, are they going to put up enough points versus team to cover 6? No. They're not going to do that, okay? I'm sorry, but they're just not. I don't even need to look at this one. We already know the 49ers are the team, okay? They're not losing to this team with no backup quarterback. Now, if Deshaun Watson were playing, I'd be like, okay, maybe we have a shot. Maybe we even do some research. Maybe we even look into the situation, okay? But at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is there to look at? There's nothing to fucking look at this one, bro. It's fucking 49ers. They're winning. They're winning every game, maybe. They might win every game. Now, if this could be one of them scenarios where all of a sudden everyone needs 49ers and Dolphins and blah, 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 well, then the fix could be in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to the fix being in. But for right now, if the Cleveland Browns come out here and beat these 49ers, like, you guys better be fucking questioning who's going to go to the Super Bowl. It might just be only Eagles show, because if these 49ers can't handle these Browns, then something's wrong. Okay, everyone thinks, what, this is going to be the game that Brock Purdy comes out and looks like a bum. Maybe Brock Purdy comes out there, throws some picks, keeps this one close. But it's a 10-point spread. They should handle it, okay? Next game on the slate, we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Seattle Seahawks. Bengals at home, minus 155 favorites. 44.5-point game, 3-point spread. Another one that I've been hearing some bullshit on, okay? People really like the Seahawks, and I get it. I like the Seahawks too. I'm a big proponent. They won me some money here, okay, a couple Mondays ago. Okay, I love the Seahawks. Great team. I know exactly what to do with them. With DK and Kem Walker, it's easy to predict the way their game script's going to go. It's easy to make money betting their live props. You know what I mean? I like their team. But everybody's taking them to win this one. And it's one of those situations where I'm just like, it's the Bengals, it's Joe Burrow. They can't afford to lose anymore. And this is a defense that I think is good. They got Witherspoon and these dudes, and they're carving up. But I just think it's going to be too overpowering for a guy like Joe Burrow, who's going to be able to find a way to find holes in that defense. He's fully healthy. Now, if he's hurt, see, this is where we're going to have to go into the injury report here and check it out. Because if he's hurt still, and there's some weather here, because let's take it the weather. Slight chance of rain, 12-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, so it could rain there. There's no dome to protect you. That could be something. They could run the ball a lot with this Ken Walker blast. So let's go into this game. For the Seahawks, we have Jamal Adams, safety, limited. With the concussion, I'm assuming, but he should be able to play. Jordan Brooks, linebacker, did not participate. Kobe Bryant did not participate. Artie Burns did not participate. Now, this could be just some maintenance type situations. Charles Cross, tackle, full participant. Phil Haynes, guard, limited. Jermont Jones, defensive end, full participant. Damian Lewis, guard, did not practice. Drew Lock did not practice. DK Metcalf did not participate. Jaron Reed, defensive tackle, full participant. And Geno Smith, full participant. So Geno Smith will play. DK Metcalf is questionable, but most likely going to play. Maybe he'll be a little banged up, but he's a bully. Won't really affect him. On the other side, Bengals. Chidobe Awuzie, cornerback, back. Limited. In practice and is questionable. Akeem Davis Gaither, linebacker, knee, did not participate, is out. Devin Harper, linebacker, hamstring, limited, questionable. T. Higgins, wide receiver, ribs, limited, questionable. So maybe no T. Higgins. Miles Murphy, defensive end, did not participate in practice. So if we're limited here with no T. Higgins, it's going to be less weapons to get shit done, obviously. But what can we do? We can obviously look at the last time these two teams played and did something happen. Okay, it was a very close win for the Seattle Seahawks. Interestingly enough, what happened there? This is too far along. We had Andy Dalton threw for 400 yards and 2 touchdowns. John Ross had 158 and 2. I mean, this is ridiculous. C.J. Uzomah 4 for 66. Tyler Boyd 8 for 60. They really distributed this ball around, and they had a good game here, but they lost by a single point. Russell Wilson, 195 and 2. Chris Carson, remember him, 1 for 15, 46 and a touch. DK Metcalf, 4 for 89. Ty Lockett, 1 for 44 and a touchdown, big 44-yard touchdown blast. Chris Carson, 6 for 34 and a touchdown. I believe this was that game where he made that big catch in the end zone, that fucking sneaky corner of the end zone play. Russell Wilson, back when he was still dangerous and not a little prima donna baby here. I don't know. This is a close one again. So we got a close game here. We got a close matchup here. But if we're going down to what my logic is, pure logic and reasoning here, I really do like the Seattle defense. I think it's live. I think it's real deal with this Witherspoon and these killers. It's real deal. But I think Joe Burrow gets it done. I mean, come on. I just think I get the hype. I get where people are coming from in this one. I can understand why they think it's going to flip. I'm there with you. I'll probably be waiting live for some kind of opportunity. But I think that Joe Burrow gets it done. They can't afford to lose any more games here. It's like that one Florio said, it's some pasta and meatball-y type fucking pick. But it's pretty much one of those ones I just feel I would feel uncomfortable not having to go up against a Joe Burrow that's been losing, that's 2-3, that has the Steelers at the top of the division, that has maybe the Ravens going to get a game back versus these Titans. I just have a hard time believing that a Joe Burrow-led team is going to have that happen to them. So we're going to go with that. Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts on the slate. We got a -192 home favorites for the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Colts, who they already pummeled this year. 44-point over-under and a 4-point spread. Another one people were on. They're thinking, oh, Jacksonville coming home off the flight from London. They should be jet-lagged and all this stuff, and maybe they should lose. Now, I agree with that. Okay, divisional matchup should be kept in play, obviously. They should be able to move the ball. Gardner Minshew is actually a little bit more serviceable than you would expect. The Josh Downs receiver, he's good. He can kill. He can get like 95 and a touch. So they got some pieces. They got some weapons. Hopefully they use Jonathan Taylor. If they do, I think they'll have a shot. If they don't, I don't think they're going to have a chance with Zach Moss. I'm sorry, I know he had a big breakout game, but I'm just not buying it. You had your one big breakout game. If that were John Taylor getting all the same carries as you, he would have doubled your yardage and touchdowns. So, I mean, that's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just saying. That's my opinion here. So let's go to the injury report. Let's go to the weather. And let's check it out here. Jags Colts. Mo Alley-Cox limited. Shaq Leonard full participant. Kwity Paye defensive end full participant. Bernhard Raimann tackle and Braden Smith tackle limited. So we got players limited, probably coming back. Christian Braswell, cornerback, limited. Devon Hamilton, defensive tackle, limited. Zay Jones, wide receiver, did not participate. Tackle Walker Little did not participate. Devin Lloyd, linebacker, limited. Cam Robinson, tackle, and Dwayne Smoot, full participant. Okay. What do we know about this one? Do we got any weather in this one? Partly cloudy. Okay, so we're good on the weather. Let's take a look back at the game here. This was this year's earlier game. Jacksonville wins 31-21. Trevor Lawrence 241 and 2 touchdowns and an interception. Travis had 18 carries, 77 and a touchdown. 7 carries for 21 for Trevor Lawrence. Cartavius. His name is Cartavius? I thought his name was Tank. Cartavius Bigsby? I love that. That's awesome. Cartavius Bigsby, 7 for 13 and a touch. Calvin Ridley, Agent 0, 8 for 101 and a touch. Zay Jones, 5 for 55 and a touch. Evan Ingram, 5 for 49 and a touch. Travis Etienne, 5 for 27 and a touch. So he was able to really move the ball to some pieces. They were open. Tyson Campbell with the pick on Anthony Richardson. All right. Anthony Richardson had 223, a touchdown and an interception. Anthony Richardson also ran for 10, 40 and a touch. Michael Pittman, 8 for 97 and a touch. They get him going. Josh Downs, 3 for 30. Kylan Granson, their tight end, 4 for 39. Okay, so they move the ball around. Did they get any picks? They got 1 pick, and that was by Tony Brown. So this one, I'm assuming, will be kept a better game. We're going to go and look at last year and see if they were able to beat them. Colts were able to beat them. Okay, in October, mind you, 34. Matt Ryan, 389 and 3 for Matt Ryan. Jesus Christ. Michael Pittman, 13 for 134. Pittman going off for them. Maybe a Pittman blast could be the lock. Alex Pierce had a touchdown. Jelani Woods, Paris Campbell had a touchdown. 10 catches for Steon Jackson. Wow. The other side of things, Trevor Lawrence, 165 and 1. Travis Etienne, 10 for 86. JaMychal Hasty, 3 for 57. So they didn't get this one going too much here, huh? Yeah, this is a sneaky one, tricky one, divisional matchup type of one, you know. But I still think, here's my thing about the Jacksonville Jaguars this year. I think that they're winning the division. Okay, they've made some mistakes, but they got a top talented team on offense, and I think they're winning the division. No Anthony Richardson, you bring in Gardner Minshew. Do I think he could get it done? Well, you just saw Matt Ryan threw for a big yardage and touchdown, so maybe he could. But I still am hesitant on that one, so I'm going to have to go with my Jags here at home in a divisional matchup. This one's tough, but the Colts just won a divisional matchup last week, and I don't think they're getting 2 back-to-back. And so I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars, who need it. They were just in London for 2 weeks, not 1, so the jet lag shouldn't be that bad. And so I'm going to say that they come back more collective as a team. Team bonding over 2 weeks in London's got to be good. Now you're at home after a big win versus the Bills. They got to be feeling confident. They get a team they already beat. The coach should be able to dial them up. Maybe they bring it close because it's a fucking close one, but I just think the Colts, they already got their win last week versus Titans. This is a divisional matchup. They got to beat them. They can't let the Colts beat the Titans and the fucking Jags 2 weeks in a row. They can't let it happen, especially with the backups. They're not going to let it happen. So they're going to win that one. Okay, we're already at plus 9 to 1 odds. That's pretty good. All right, now we got the Houston Texans versus the Saints. Final 1 o'clock game. Texans are coming in as plus money dogs at home with a 1.5 point spread, 42 point over under. Okay, well, this is another interesting game here. You have the Houston Texans coming off a loss, but they really could have won the last game. You have the Saints coming off a burial over the Patriots. So that's something. The Saints have the easiest strength of schedule coming up. Let's take a look at the obvious, the weather. We're in a dome. Are we in a dome in Atlanta? Or in Houston? Yeah, in a dome in Houston, so no weather. Injury report. What's the injuries? Let's go. We got Derek Carr, full participant in practice. That's good. Jimmy Graham, limited. I can't believe they still he still plays in the NFL, but he's there. J.T. Gray, safety, did not participate. James Hurst, tackle, full participant. Lonnie Johnson, cornerback, did not participate. Juwan Johnson, tight end, did not participate. Cam Jordan, limited. Marcus May, safety, full participant. Chris Olave, full participant. That's good. Adam Prentice, fullback. Ryan Ramczyk, tackle, limited. Landon Young, limited. Okay. Texans, other side, Noah Brown, wide receiver, full participant. Blake Cashman, linebacker, full participant. Malik Collins, defensive tackle, full participant. Good. Tank Dell did not participate. That's not good. George Fant, tackle, did participate. Shaq Griffin, cornerback, full participant. Christian Harris, linebacker, limited. Titus Howard, tackle, full participant. Josh Jones, guard, full participant. Shaq Mason, guard, full participant. A lot of full participants here. Linebacker, Denzel Perriman, Tavir Thomas, full participants. Laramie Tunsil and Robert Woods were limited. So they got a lot more injuries here, it seems like, on this side, but they're pretty much both pretty even. A lot of full participants, not a lot of game statuses in question. Maybe it's too early to see it. Yeah, you got a game here where you got a defensive-minded team in the Saints finally showing up. And you got an offensive team in the Texans who are coming alive. And this is another tough matchup, man. I don't know about this one. I'm having a tough time with it. I'm going to have to go check out the last time these teams played. Okay, so we got a final 30-28. So this was a fucking close one. So this one could be the close one of the day. Deshaun Watson, similar to Stroud, 268 and 3 interception. How about it? Then you had Deshaun, what he threw, he ran for a touchdown too. Carlos Hyde had 10 for 83. DeAndre Hopkins 8 for 1, 11 and 2. Will Fuller had 2 for 69. Kenny Stills 3 for 37. And they had a pick. On the other side of things, you had Drew Brees 370 and 2. Alvin Kamara 13 for 97. Latavius Murray 6 for 43 and a touch. Michael Thomas 10 for 123. Ted Ginn Jr. 7 for 101. Alvin Kamara 7 for 72. They were cooking. Now, this is one of those ones. Saints are coming off a big win. The Texans are one of those teams I think got a little bit too overhyped early. They're at home. They are dogs. They almost kind of just expended themselves last week and should have won that game and lost in the last second with a field goal. I think they'll be able to move the ball more, but rookie quarterback going up against a good defense on the road who just came together and just showed they're coming together here and doing stuff. That's tough for me. I'm going to have to go with the Saints here on the money line. On the road, it's tough. This one could come back to bite me, but I have to do it. So that's going to wrap up the 1 o'clock. So let's move on to the 4 o'clock game. All right. Next game on the slate. What do we got? We got the Raiders at home versus the Patriots, who've been absolute mud. Raiders minus 155 favorites at home. 41 point over-under and a 3-point spread. All right. Now, if any of you guys can remember, this is a rematch of a game that ended epically, where the Patriots were going to do a little end-around tie game. The game was going to overtime, but they said, you know what, let's try a little trickery. And they were going to do a little end-around, toss it back and forth with no time on the clock to maybe secure some kind of a last-second touchdown. And what do? They throw it backwards. Chandler Jones picks up the fumble, grabs it, slams down Mac Jones with his foot, walks right over top of him into the end zone, win the game, no time on the clock, shock the Patriots. Okay, what does that tell you, though? It tells you that the game was close. I want to look at it because this one is sneaky to me. Everybody's going to be in their mother. They're going to be staying away from these Patriots. Not me. See, we are not fooled here, okay? This is NFL football. You shouldn't be fooled either. If you're coming in this game thinking the Raiders are locks, you're retarded. You know why? Because it's fucking Raiders football. They suck. So here, honestly, the Packers almost had a chance at them, and they were garbage. So here we go. There's a clear game, 7-mile-an-hour spread in a dome. We're at Raiders in Vegas. Okay, Patriots. Can we get something going? Injury report. Let's check it out. Let's check it out here, guys. This is fucking easy. Patriots side of things. Christian Barrymore, defensive tackle, knee limited, questionable. Trent Brown, tackle, chest limited, questionable. Holy fucking injury report. Everybody questionable and out. Look at this name. I'm going to just name all the ones that are out right now. Cody Davis, Demario Douglas, Matt Judon, Riley Reif, and Juju Smith-Schuster are all out. Then questionable, we have Kyle Duggar, Trey Flowers, Devon Godchad, Jonathan Jones, Mike Owen, Cole Strange, Tyquan Thornton, Josh Uche, and Sean Wade. All questionable. Not good. Raiders side of things, Devontae Adams, limited. Jacorian Bennett, limited. Max Crosby, limited. Marcus Epps, full participant. Nate Hobbs did not participate. Malcolm Kuntz, full participant. David Long, full participant. Jacoby Myers, full participant. Amik Robertson, full participant. And Trey Tucker was limited. A lot of injuries on the Patriots side of things. There's going to be a lot of money coming in on these Raiders, man, and I think there's a matchup to be exploited here. I want to see it first. Let's check it out. Let's see, we have it here lined up. Raiders Patriots. The final score was 30-24. With the last second scoop and score to win the game. Mac Jones threw 13 for 31 for 112, garbage. Ramondre Stevenson chewed, though, for 19, 172 and a touch. Whoa, on the ground, carved up. Jacoby Myers, 2 for 47. Jonnu Smith, 2 for 24. Okay, they had a pick. Kyle Duggar made the pick, but he's, as we saw, questionable, maybe out of the game. Not good. Raiders side of things, Derek Carr, 231 and 3 touchdowns and an interception. Josh Jacobs, 22 for 93. Keelan Cole, 2 for 50 and a touchdown. Darren Waller, 3 for 48 and a touchdown. Matt Collins, 4 for 40 and a touchdown. So they threw 3 touchdowns. Devontae Adams didn't really get involved in this one. Josh Jacobs did. But they threw for 231 and 3. They're going to have to get Josh Jacobs more involved here in this one. They were able to move the football. There's a lot of injuries. I think the Raiders should be able to move the ball on this Patriots squad. They should be able to put up points. They really should be able to win in a big game. But it's NFL football. We don't get fooled. And so in this situation here, guys, we're going to go and we're going to do the fucking worst. We're going to do our worst. They get a 3-point spread. 3 points. Why? Shouldn't it be like 6 or 7? It's not. Why is it? Because something's going to go down in this game. I think Belichick dials him up. I think Belichick wins. Raiders just got too lucky here last game. They get another home game dialed up, but it's just they're not really a home team playing in Vegas because they didn't really used to exist in Vegas. It's only been there for a couple years. So is the fan base really the fan base? I mean, the Steelers had more fucking fans there. The Packers almost had more fans there. Maybe the Patriots will have more fans there. I don't know. But I like the 3. I think it's sneaky. I think nobody takes it. Nobody touches them with a pole as long as you can get. And so, therefore, the Raiders will be your fucking bust of the century. So we're going to go with that. The Jets versus the Eagles. Jets at home have never, ever in their history as an NFL football team beaten the Eagles. They're 0-7. Plus 240 at home, 40.5 point over-under, 6.5 point spread. Now, the Jets have been a lot better of a football team, and their defense coming alive. They can run the football with Breece Hall, and they won me a ton of money last week, so I like Jets. But I'm also a guy who likes to win money on teams and then fade them the next week, because that's kind of how this shit goes. And you're playing the Eagles, and are you going to really beat the Eagles with Zach Wilson and all this shit? And I'm not seeing it. But we're not assholes, so we will look at what's happening here. We'll take a look at the weather. Partly cloudy, okay, so that's good. And then we'll take a look at the injury report. Do we got injuries? As we need. 5-0 Eagles versus the 2-3 Jets. Eagles safety Sidney Brown limited. Jalen Carter did not participate. Fletcher Cox full participant. Nakobe Dean limited. Justin Evans did not participate. Rashad Penny full participant. Darius Slay did not participate. Jack Stoll limited. Marlon Tupelotu, whatever the fuck, limited. Okay. Nick Bodden fullback limited. Mikey Becton, tackle limited. Michael McClemens limited. Brandon Eccles, cornerback, did not participate. Justin Hardy, cornerback, did not participate. DJ Reed, limited. Joe Tipman, full participant. And Billy Turner, limited. Okay. So there's the injury report. See the last 2 times these teams played. Do we got anything? We have to have some kind of history here. I have it somewhere. 33-18 final. And the Eagles weren't even that good. They had Gardner Minshew, who went for 242 and 2. Miles Sanders, 24 for 120. Dallas Goedert, 6 for 105 and 2 touchdowns. So they weren't even that good. Jets had Zach Wilson, who threw for 226 and 2. That's nice. But a pick. Probably going to happen. Elijah Moore, 77 yards, touchdown. Jamison Crowder, 62. Ryan Griffin gets the touchdown. Zach Wilson gets the rushing touchdown. Their defense does not get any interceptions. So this one probably pretty obviously going to be the Eagles win. But, man, I mean, like, only minus 298? That's something there. I mean, I think they could keep it close maybe earlier, but this Eagles team's probably going to go undefeated. for a while. It seems like there's two teams in the league. There's the Eagles, and there's the 49ers. Then there's there are three teams. I mean, there's the Chiefs, but they're kind of weak, and they're not putting up big burial games yet. So I'm not. There's two teams right now, and it's these two fucking teams. So moving on, we got the Rams and the Cardinals divisional matchup. Rams at home minus 325 favors over the Cardinals. 49-point spread, 49-point over under 7-point spread. Rams coming back, getting Cooper Kupp back. What did he do? He chewed. He had like 5 passes down. Boom. Cooper Kupp, all the way down the field and score. So, Cooper Kupp is back. That's good. They're going to move the football to Cooper Kupp. Okay, they got this Puka Nacua chewing, okay, making him want to puke everywhere every time he goes against your fantasy squad. And so they're really moving the ball Matt Ryan likes to throw, or Matt Stafford. But my thing is, okay, in this game, are the Cardinals going to bring enough pressure for this dude to sling? That's the whole MO. See, people don't think about shit like that. Okay, I do. Matt Stafford likes to throw under pressure. He likes there to be a blitz coming. He's more accurate in those scenarios, surprisingly. Now, you wouldn't think so. It's not normally the case. Quarterbacks under pressure, not normally the case. But in his case, he can throw under pressure, and they might not be bringing as much pressure. Now, that could just mean he's more wide open and more capable of throwing passes, or for whatever reason he doesn't like to throw when there's protection. He's better throwing without protection. I don't know. Maybe they'll have these dudes locked down. Who knows? It's tough. I'm having a tough time with this one. I'm going back and forth because I think the Cardinals could shock them, and I think people were just kind of like, the Rams were, before the season started, looking like a shit squad, and now all of a sudden everybody likes them. I'm telling you, it's sneaky, man. But we're gonna look at some things. We're gonna look at the fucking. That's too far. You look at the weather, of course. In a dome, we're clear. Then we go to the injuries. A lot of injuries for the Cardinals, but there's no one in question for the game status yet. Beachum, tackle, full participant. Marquise Brown was limited. Dennis Daly, full participant. Elijah Higgins did not participate. Keontae Ingram, limited. Jonathan Ledbetter, limited. Jesse Ludick, whatever the fuck, limited. Myjai Sanders, limited. Cameron Thomas, limited. So a lot of linebackers, limited. Safety, Jalen Thompson did not participate. Garrett Williams, limited. And Josh Woods, limited. At the other side of things, Kevin Dotson, we traded to them. Guard was limited. Ernest Jones, linebacker, did not participate. Larry Murchison, Joe Noteboom, Christian Roseboom, and Ben Skowronek. Okay. This is another tricky one. We're going to have to look at the last time these teams played. What happened? Okay, so you have a Cardinals victory over the Rams last year, and they lost one time. So you had one win at Rams, you have one win at Cardinals. Maybe the Cardinals play better at Rams. So let's take a look at that one. What did they do? They had Colt McCoy, and they won the game. So maybe Josh Dobbs ain't so bad. 238 and a touchdown. James Conner went off for 21, 69, and 2. Do they have James Conner? No, so that's not good. They don't have DeAndre Hopkins either. 10 for 98. And no touchdowns. Rondale Moore, 9 for 94. A.J. Green had the touch, so they don't have these guys. Budda Baker, do they have him? I don't think. He might be out for the year. So he had a pick. So that's going to affect them. John Wolford. Well, that's probably why they lost. 212, a touchdown, interception. Cam Akers, garbage. Darrell Henderson went for nothing. Higbee was their lead receiver. So, yeah, I mean, obviously shit wasn't going to go down for them in this game. Next game, another low-scoring shit game, though. Matt Stafford, 249, 0 touchdowns. Cam Akers gets the touch. Cooper Kupp gets a rushing. Ben Skowronek is able to get 66. Higbee again. No really movement. Cooper Kupp, I think they're going to have better movement with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua on the squad here. They did just get rid of Javan Jefferson, but I don't think that's going to matter. Kyler Murray, 314 yards, no touchdowns, so nobody could throw a touchdown in this game. 13 for 39 for James Conner. Marquise Brown had 14 catches for 140 yards. Watch out for something like that. 9 for 80 for Greg Dortch, and 6 for 45 for Zach Ertz. Do they have any picks? No. This one's an on-the-fence type game. Another one, this is going to be the parlay burner. I mean, there's some parlay burners today, but this one is looking like a parlay piece burner today. But now, the Rams, though, they just put up a good game versus this fucking team. I felt like they really should have had them. I don't know. This is one of those dumb 4 o'clock games here. 7-point spread. Probably shouldn't be that many points. I think the Cardinals should be able to cover that many points, but we're not certain on what they got. We're going to go with the Rams. I think they got more firepower on offense. I get divisional game, could be something, but I think McVay's got it dialed up after a loss last week. They need to get back on the right track. Okay, I mean, they don't really need to. I mean, who really cares? These teams are irrelevant, so if they end up losing, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant anyway. But I like them to get back on track at home. I know the Cardinals got some secret sauce here, but they just lost. I think they're going to come back down to earth over the next couple weeks. They're supposed to be a shittier team. So we're going to go with that. The next game, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming in as underdogs versus the Lions, everybody's darling Lions, who they think is going right to the Super Bowl, plus 136 at home, over under 42, and a 3-point spread. What do we know about this one, okay? We do know is that the last time these two teams, the Bucs absolutely annihilated them. Now, it was different circumstances, different situations, sure, but there could be something with the coaching. There could be something with the defensive scheme, the game plan, the way it looks, the way it sets up. Everybody loves the Lions. This could be the upset of the week. I'm just saying, okay? So let's take a look at what we got, okay? Do we have anything pointing us in this direction? We have some weather here for the Lions. Let's see. Tampa Bay, partly cloudy, looking good. They're at Tampa Bay. You got Baker Mayfield, who is capable of throwing the ball. And they have weapons. That's the thing. They have weapons to move the ball. So that's something you're going to have to watch out for. Where is the game, though? Here we go. Bucks. Lions. Brian Branch did not participate. Not good. One of their best defensive players. Taylor Decker, full participant. Khalil Dorsey, full participant. Jahmyr Gibbs did not participate. Not great. Jonah Jackson, guard, did not participate. Bam Knight, running back, did not participate. Sam Laporta did not participate. That's not good. James Mitchell did not participate. Manuel Mosley did not participate. Frank Ragnow did not participate. And Amon-Ra was a full participant. So they'll get Amon-Ra back. They might lose Laporta. So that's not good. You don't want to lose Laporta and also be weak at tight end with this James Mitchell did not participate. So that's not good. On the other side, Shaq Barrett. No, Shaq Barrett maybe. Probably will play even though he didn't participate. Jamil Dean, full participant. Savokia Dennis, full participant. Mike Evans, limited. Luke Gedeke, full participant. Kajia Cansey, full participant. Ryan Neal, safety, full participant. Anthony Nelson, full participant. Derek Pitts, full participant. Devin White, full participant. So they're getting some compliments back. Some defensive pieces back. This is a good defensive team. Sometimes, okay? Now, it could be tough in this game versus the Lions team. It was doing a lot, but I'm just saying that things are going to come back to bite the Lions eventually, and it's all the things I've been saying. It's the coaching, it's not using Jahmyr Gibbs, it's telling these dudes they got to block before they can get a pass, even though they're top-level talents in the league and they're going to be wide open all game like Jameson Williams. It's shit like that. Now, if they can fucking turn the ship and just start using these guys, then I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but until then, I still think there's something to be said about this old-style mentality coaching, which is effective in some aspects, but will come back to bite you eventually. When these dudes that you need to get involved, you won't get involved because of attitude problems. That's my take on the Lions. It's just, I don't care about attitudes when these dudes are top-level players in the league and would be starters on any other team. I don't care about attitudes when these type of players could run for over 1,000 rushing yards or catch for over 1,000 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns apiece. I don't care about attitudes when you drafted them when you're first fucking pick in the draft and you're going crazy when you pick this dude. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So if you care, then fine, but I don't care, and most people don't care. So I'm like, I get it, employ it to where it works, but when you do it to no avail and it starts to bite you in the ass, just remember, this is the reason why. Because you're leaving talent on the bench, and then they're getting hurt, and they don't even get to play. So that's all I'm saying. You got Jahmyr Gibbs limited or injured. He didn't even fucking play. So what's he doing on the bench? He's hurt now. So I'm like, you basically drafted him for nothing. You're not going to even use him. And it's Jameson Williams, same thing. He basically revealed your hand with the whole blocking thing. So he's going to try to block as hard as he can so he can just get one fucking target. I'm like, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's kind of a little bit ridiculous, making you earn it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I get it. I think it's fine. But it's going to come back to bite you at some point. And I think it's this week versus a team that, if you look back, the last time they played, now there's going to be different circumstances, but burial. Not even just a burial, 40-point burial, okay? Now, this was Tom Brady at the helm. He went for 348 and 4 touchdowns, and Blaine Gabbert was able to come in the game and throw for 2. So, obviously, there's a lot different of a team. They were able to move the ball with Mike Evans, though, and Chris Godwin, and Rob Gronkowski. They got a tight end, and his Kate Otten is pretty good. And obviously, Antonio Brown was a little bit more weaponry, but still. Mike Evans, 10 for 181 and 2 touchdowns. Chris Godwin, 5 for 84 and a touch, and Rob Gronkowski had 2 touchdowns in that game, blowouts. Okay, on the other side of things, the Lions had Chase Daniel not being able to do much, so they're going to be able to do more. But look, DeAndre Swift, they only gave him 10 carries for 45 yards, not great. Danny Amendola, 5 for 37. So this team was a lot worse. 4 catches for DeAndre Swift for 25. So they didn't get him involved. They didn't get Hawkinson involved. I'm saying, like, that's kind of their detriment here sometimes. They don't get these players involved. They need to get more involved. And so it could be a detriment here. I think everybody's hyped on the Lions bandwagon. They all think we're going Super Bowl right away. I disagree. So I'm going to take the Bucs. Plus 3 points at home. I think it's sneaky. I think it's no one's going to be on it. And I think that's my treat pick of the day. That wraps up the 4 o'clock games. Now let's move on to the Sunday night game. We got the Buffalo Bills at home versus the Giants. Probably going to be a blowout, but it's a sneaky one, too. It's 15 points. It's a lot of points there, and the Giants do stink, but we just did see 11 points was not enough for the Broncos last night, so this could be one of those ones where you just sneak Bills in here and you don't really think about it. I mean, like, what is there to talk about? You know, former coach maybe could beat his former team here or something. Brian Daboll could do something, but they don't really got much options here. Did they get in? Now, here's the thing. We need to see, are they getting, what's the weather report in Buffalo? Likely rain showers, 9-mile-an-hour winds. So that obviously affects it, going to make it tougher for Buffalo to score in the rain, but they could just lean on the run. Then you got injury report. Giants are banged up to the brim, whereas the Buffalo Bills are not. So it's like hard to really read all these dudes. Saquon questionable. Is he going to play? Brightwell questionable. Davidson questionable. That's not good. Did not participate for punter. The punter isn't even playing. Daniel Jones is out. So there's no Daniel Jones. There's Tyrod Taylor in the game. Is Tyrod Taylor going to beat the Bills after they just lost a big epic game to the Jags? No. So I'm just like, we're just going to take the money line here. The money line's ridiculous, minus 13.50. But what are we going to do? Take 15 points for the Giants and sweat a 15-point ticket? I think they could cover, sure, but I'm not sweating it. You can sweat it if you want. We'll just add this to our leg. Now we're going down the final game of the week. We got the LA Chargers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, someone made a good point about these Chargers. They're like, they come out first in the first half pretty good, but then in the second half they stink because Brennan Staley, he just blows it. So I do got a good strategy for this game, okay? I do like the idea that the Chargers win the first half and the Cowboys win the second half in the game, okay? The Cowboys could be a team that everybody's going to say, nah, we don't like you anymore after that last loss. It was to a team that was absolutely way better than them on all fronts. Now they're playing a team that has no defense and a terrible coach and chokes. So I definitely like the Chargers in this one, but I think the Cowboys are going to give them a show. Now let's look at the injury report just to get it going. We got the Cowboys injury report looking long, but not any game status yet in question. Marquise Bell, linebacker, full participant. Tyler Biadasz, center. He's pretty good. Biadasz, whatever. He's a big time. He's full participant. He might be back. That's good. Damone Clark, linebacker, limited. Neil Gallimore, limited. Stephon Gilmore did not participate, not good. C.J. Goodwin did not participate. Jonathan Hankins did not participate. Malik Hooker, full participant, that's good. DeMarcus Lawrence, we need him, but he did not participate. Zach Martin did not participate, no good. Tony Pollard, limited. Tyron Smith did not participate. Gianni Thomas did not participate. Cavante Turpin, Van Der Esch did not participate. So, Jesus Christ. Donovan Wilson. So they've got a lot of injuries here for them. On the other side, Joey Bosa is not participating. Austin Eckler is back, though. Oh, that's good. Aloy Gilman, safety. Justin Herbert, full participant. Derwin James. Interesting. Okay, Khalil Mack did not participate. No Khalil. So is Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa not going to play? So that's something to look out for. Okay, this is a Sunday night game. You'll have more time. I'll break it down specifically, but for the sake of this video, for the sake of making you millions, I'm going with the Cowboys. I'm taking them straight up to win the game. I like the Chargers at home. I get it, but I think the Cowboys got to get one back here, and I think the Chargers are still the Chargers. And I think that's why they lose this one, but I could be different closer to the game time, so I'll make a breakdown for that video closer to game time, Monday night game, specifically, and because it could change. Last time I was leaning Packers, but then come game time I was all over the Raiders and made all kinds of money on the Raiders. So we're gonna keep that for now. Let's look at the ticket. Let's break it down. Here is our ticket. Here is your millions and millions and millions of dollars that you don't have to think about. Started off with the Baltimore Ravens in London, minus 205. Commanders, plus 2.5, minus 108. The Dolphins, money line, minus 1,050. Vikings, money line, minus 155. The 49ers, money line, minus 520. The Bengals, money line. A lot of money lines here. Minus 155. Jags money line minus 205. Saints money line minus 122. Patriots plus 3. minus 118. Philadelphia Eagles money line minus 298. Rams money line minus 322 or 325. Buccaneers plus 3. Buffalo Bills minus 1350, and the Dallas Cowboys on the money line. We're gonna accept the odds. How do we become a millionaire? $50 ain't gonna cut it. So you're gonna have to chuck up to 500. That's gonna get you close, but it's still no cigar. We need another 0, and that's gonna do it. 5 racks. If you got 5 racks, you're gonna be a millionaire. 1.5 to be exact. Okay, so what do we want? We want more. Can we get a 50 racker in there? We'll get you 15. So if you got 5, you're a millionaire. If you got 50, you got 15. You know what I'm saying? So I'm helping you guys here. This is easy. I already have. Once again, we're gonna break this down for you guys. You guys realize this, okay? Because I don't think you guys realize this. I'm already a billionaire, okay? I already have millions. I'm not putting these bets out, okay? I might put them in for a little 10 here and there or something just to have fun, watch the games. I don't need the money, though, so this is a practice for you. You are all sitting at home with no money, no talent, no skills, nothing. Your brain doesn't work. You don't work. You sit on the couch all day eating Cheetos, and you have no ability to break down these games like me. So you have to come and you got to watch me do it. I get it. It's fine, okay? I'm going to do the thinking for you from here on out. You don't have to think anymore. All you got to do is take your hard-earned money and put it on what I tell you to do, and you will be a millionaire, a billionaire overnight, okay? I promise you, okay? So those are my picks for Sunday's game. Like, subscribe, follow, all the fucking bullshit that I didn't pepper you with to start the video, which would have made you skip. No, I left it to the end, okay? If you're still here, then do all that, okay? If you liked the video from now, if you watched it all and you liked it, subscribe. You're gonna be seeing a lot more of me, okay? A lot more content coming up, okay? So just stay tuned for more. Those are my picks. You'll be a billionaire. We aren't done yet. We're gonna break it down for you into the locks, okay? So what are the locks for the week, okay? We're going to take out the Cowboys. We're going to take out the Bills. Any kind of late game, we're going to take them out, okay? We're going to take out the Bucks, even though I do like that one. Plus 3, take out the Rams. Tough one. We're going to take out the Eagles. Tough one, okay? Even though it really shouldn't be. Which ones do we need to get rid of? Let's see. Yeah, so I like the Commanders. I like the Ravens. We're keeping them. Dolphins, lock, but not really going to help us get money in the parlays. You might as well just take them out. Vikings over the Bears, I don't know about that one. But the 49ers, easy. I'm saying just keep that in. Bengals, I'm keeping that in. Jags, tough one because it's divisional. We're going to take that out. Saints and the Texans, another tough one, but I like it. Patriots are the one we're going to take out of there. And we're going to leave you with these 6 picks. These are my 6 best picks, okay? So if you want to know what are my 6 best picks, these picks, okay? Ravens, money line, Commanders, plus 2.5 to the Falcons. 49ers, money line over these bum Browns with no Deshaun Watson. For whatever reason, it's not minus 10,000. I don't get it. Okay, then you got the Bengals at home versus the Seahawks in a close one, but I think that Joe Burrow gets it done. And then you got the Saints on the road. After blowing out these teams, Texans going to come back down to earth and lose 2 in a row and not look like a top team. They got a rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback. I don't like that combo. So to me, the Saints just showed out in defense. Derek Carr rolling, moving the ball in Texas. I think they get it done. 5-pick parlay plus 922. So how do we win money on this? We need 50. We need 5,000. Wins you 50,000. 50,000. Wins you 500,000. And 500,000 will win you 5 million. So go to the bank, get a loan for 500,000. I don't know how you do that. I think it's a little bit too. I don't know if the bank gives out loans for that much money. But if you can secure that amount of money, then these picks are locked. You don't have to sweat nothing. Okay, the other one, you're going to sweat. You're always sweating, but you'll just hit with ease by the end of it. Don't worry. But you're going to sweat. This one, you won't sweat. It'll be over. It'll be easy. You'll be a millionaire. You'll have to spend more. But that's fine. In the grand scheme of things, as long as you're winning millions, it doesn't really matter how you get it, where it comes from. You can take loans. The second you win this bet, you just pay the bank back the loan. It's simple. Simple shit right here, okay? This is all math. It's all you need to know is math to win money when you're working with the bully, okay? So those are my 5 locks of the week. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, the rest. See you guys later, baby. Beat Street Bully Billionaire over and out. Let's go. Let's win money.